Welcome to day one of my calisthenics and dumbbell combined series. This series is designed to build muscle, increase your strength and improve your mobility. There's 16 40-minute workouts spread over 4 weeks. All you need for this is your body weight and one pair of adjustable dumbbells or a few different weights to choose from. You can download a free program guide with a workout calendar schedule linked in the description of this video. But let's kick off today with a 40-minute full body calisthenics workout. I'm going to use one pair of 12.5 kilo dumbbells. That's about 28 pounds per dumbbell, but use whatever's right for you. We've got a brief warm-up consisting of 5 exercises, 40 seconds each, linking one straight into the other with just your body weight. Let's go. First up in the warm-up, we've got some squat to good morning. So if you start with your hands behind your ears like this, I'm going to start with a bodyweight squat. So bending the knees, nice high chest. Then we're going to alternate with this hinge good morning action. So squatting down and then pulling the hips back into that hinge. Keep a nice open chest position, keeping your shoulder blades pulled back, engaging the posture muscles of your upper back. It's important to learn the difference between a squat and a hinge action. It'll help you with many exercises. When you go for that hinge, imagine someone's pulling your hips backwards, folding you in half. Okay, let's get the wrists warmed up. So circling one way, we'll do 20 seconds in one direction, then we'll do 20 seconds back the other way. It's really important to warm the wrists up when you're going to do calisthenics. So we'll be in a press-up position for some of this workout. Okay, let's change it back the other way. Next, we're going to do something called a Spider-Man lunge. If you walk to one edge of your mat, we're going to inchworm out into a press-up position. So hinge down, walk it out. Then once we're here, take the left foot, on the outside of the left hand, point and reach. Then take the right foot on the outside of the right hand, point and reach. Let's try and straighten up through that back leg now. This is a great all-rounder, getting the hips open, getting the chest open. From here, you can either kneel or stand. What we're going to do is you're going to have your hands behind your back, pull the elbows together, do a nice arc over, hands behind, drop, open out, angel wing round, elbows relax forwards, pull them back. Come up behind your head. Once we're here, drop the chin, close the elbows, open and repeat. From here, we're going to be doing some wipers. So you're going to lie on your back. Arms can be outstretched or just at 90 degrees. We're going to go side to side drops. Got my knees at a 90-degree angle, making sure whichever variation of arms, whether you've got them outstretched or bent, that your shoulder blades and the back of your shoulders staying in contact with the floor. You don't have to drop all the way down, just 2/3 of the way should be enough for this. You might get a little click in the back. Okay, let's get ready to go into the first of 2 main strength sections. So I've got a pair of dumbbells here, 12.5 kilos, 28 pounds each. You're going to need to be able to alternating bicep curl those dumbbells if that helps you choose a weight. And we've got 5 exercises in this first section, doing 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for 3 rounds in total before moving on to 5 new exercises in the second section of the workout. And we're starting with a close grip push-up. If you can't do full push-ups, you can just do negative reps only, resetting off the knees each time. So elbows in, and then either pushing back up, or if you're doing the negative only, you're going to use a full push-up shape on the way down, and then you're going to reset your position off your knees. My hands are just about shoulder width apart. They're not super close, but they are narrower than I might want to go for a press up, because we're trying to emphasize the triceps a bit today. You'll still hit the chest and shoulders really well though with this close grip position. Okay, let's get the dumbbells involved to give us some back work. So we're going to do an RDL, Romanian deadlift. When we're in the base of the RDL, we're going to do 3 bent over row reps. We're going to stand back up and then we're going to repeat. So get ready to hinge at the hips like you did with that good morning. So hinge, pause in that horizontal position, give me 3 wide bent over row reps, controlling the tempo on the way down as well. I'm going to stand back up to give my back a brief moment and then straight back into it. So we're doing the 3 rep bursts to allow your lower back to get a little bit of rest time. Because with this exercise, we're trying to target the upper back, not primarily the lower back. It does have a supporting role. Always finish your 3 rep burst, even if the timer goes. Well done. Okay, next we've got scapular push-ups. Now this is working a really important muscle called your serratus anterior that wraps around here. You can do these kneeling or in a full push-up position. You're going to keep straight elbows and you're going to be pushing down into the ground. You're going to push down into the ground, protracting forwards and then sinking through. So you're going to let the chest sink between the arms. Then you're going to push down into the ground, spread the shoulder blades. It's a small movement, but really important for being able to do some more advanced calisthenics exercises, such as planche variations, handstands, and more. Okay, back to the dumbbells. You're going to get the biceps involved. Now, one of the restrictions of conventional calisthenics, if you've got no equipment available, would be that it's hard to work the back and biceps. But if you've just got a pair of dumbbells, we can get those involved as well. So we're going alternating bicep curls. We're going to give it a nice twist at the top. Your bicep doesn't actually just hinge the elbow. It also rotates around like this. So by combining a hinge action at the elbow with that good rotation, we can get maximum bicep contraction. Make sure you're controlling the lowering phase, and you should not be swinging your hips into the reps. Okay, so it wouldn't be a full body workout unless we got the legs involved. So we're going to do a goblet squat. You can do this with 2 dumbbells in a front squat position or a single dumbbell, depending how strong your legs are and what weights you've chosen. So I'm going to go for 2 dumbbells for this. Nice upright squat position, full depth, feet a little bit wider, more like shoulder width apart than hip width, and you should have a slight turn out to the toes, and then knees pushed out to match the amount of turn out of the toes. Now, how turned out your toes are going to be, it's going to be largely down to your hip shape and your preference. There's not really right or wrong on that. Just pick whatever gives you the maximum depth. Try and stay upright with the torso. It's okay for the knees to go over the toes. Just keep the heels on the floor. Well done. Okay, we've earned a rest. Got 45 seconds off. Shake your arms off. Get ready to go again with those push-ups. If you feel like you don't need the rest, then I suggest you try and find a heavier pair of dumbbells. This is not a classic HIIT workout, high intensity workout. This is more of a strength workout. So you're gonna need the rest intervals if you wanna keep working with quality movement at a reasonable load. So I'm gonna do these push-ups now on the dumbbells, but feel free to have hands flat on the floor like I did in the first round. There's two reasons I like to do my push-ups on dumbbells or on mini parallettes. First is that it keeps my wrist a lot straighter, which reduces the stress. And the second, it actually allows you to get a greater range of motion because you can go past the floor level with your chest, stretching the chest. And that stretch position of each rep is likely the most important portion of the rep for building muscle and strength. Okay, we've got that RDL, that's just an abbreviation for Romanian deadlift. And then we're gonna add a 3 rep wide bent over row into the base of each RDL rep. As I said, we're using these 3 rep bursts to reduce the stress on the lower back. And that allows us to use a heavier weight to work the upper back. Onto the scapular push-ups, whether you're doing them kneeling. I'm going to stay on the dumbbells. It doesn't make much difference on these, other than that I can keep straight wrists. If you've ever done yoga and you've done a cat-cow action, it should look almost like a cat-cow action with your upper back, but then your lower back shouldn't really be doing much. Just engage the glutes, keep a slight pelvic tilt, and then focus on that upper back movement, protracting the shoulders forwards, almost doing a straight arm push-up. So twisting the dumbbell, going back to a neutral grip at my sides. We're doing alternating arms because you should be able to use a heavier weight for alternating curls rather than going every time. And that means that the weight we would use for that bent over row is going to be a lot closer to the working weight we'd use on bicep curls. So we're taking either 1 dumbbell or 2. We're going to go for those goblet squats. If there was 2, technically I'd call it a dumbbell front squat, but similar movement. Let's take our time on the way down. Tempo wise, we're thinking 3 to 4 counts down, and then 1 to 2 counts up. Try and hit full depth on these. Well done, 2 rounds done. 1 more round to go, and then in the second strength section, I'll give you 5 new exercises. I'll still use the same weight dumbbells. Onto the goblet squats. I'm actually just going to use 1 dumbbell for these goblet squats. To save my shoulders getting a little bit tired holding both. I think I'll get a better leg workout in this one, doing a few extra reps, but just holding 1 dumbbell at the center. I'm going to try and not rest in that lockout position at the top. You can pause for a moment in the deep squat if you want, but that's not much of a rest. Trying to maintain time under tension by not resting in the easy parts of the rep, controlling the way down. Well done. Take a 1 minute rest. I'm going to do the same format in the second section with 5 new exercises. For the first one, you only need 1 dumbbell. You can do this standing or kneeling. I like a half kneeling position. You're going to do a behind head tricep extension. So dropping the dumbbell nice and deep behind the head and extending up to straight. I'm trying to keep the elbows relatively close together. I'm dropping the dumbbell all the way back until it touches my back. Okay, let's work on an upper back posture exercise. You're going to do something called a prone Y raise. You're going to lie face down on the floor. You're going to make a Y shape with your arms and body. Keep your chest and head down close to the floor as you rise your hands up with locked out elbows. Okay, flip onto your back now. I'm going to go for my favorite calisthenics style core exercise. It's called a hollow hold. The hollow position is really useful as it transfers to other calisthenics movements. So if you hug your knees to your chest and then open out, you could go for a half hollow with 1 knee in, 1 knee out if you want. And the whole purpose of a hollow hold is that you're not arching your lower back off the mat. If you find that you can't hold it without an arch, bring 1 knee into your chest for that half hollow. And if you still can't, take the arch out, try both knees into your chest and hands reaching towards the ankles, but off the floor for a tuck hollow. Well done, let's get to the feet now. Now, this next one, alternating reverse lunges, can be done with or without the dumbbells. If you struggle with lunges, I suggest doing them full range of motion without the weight. And if you really struggle with lunges, you can do an alternating RDL instead. Step back, drop the back knee, ideally to make gentle contact with the floor. I'm going to alternate legs, trying to make sure the front knee is not collapsing in towards the center. It should just be pointing straight. For a lot of people, that means trying to push it out a little bit because it'll have a natural tendency to cave in. I'd rather you do body weight, full range of motion. than hold the dumbbells and be doing half reps. Okay, we're going to work another posterior chain exercise. That just means up the back of your body. We're going to do a reverse plank, and we're going to do it as a hold. So lift the hips, engage the glutes, push the chest up proud, pull the shoulder blades back and down together. This is challenging on the shoulder mobility as well. So there's all 5 exercises for the first round. We've got 3 sets in total, so we're going to do that 2 more times. We've got a couple of short stretches to finish the workout as well. Lying face down for these prone Y raises. Try and minimize any engagement of the lower back. You want to use your upper back for this, so keep your chest down, lift the hands up, keep locked elbows. If you find it easier on your wrists, you can do this reverse plank hold on the dumbbells. You probably need hexagonal dumbbells though, so they don't roll. Or if you've got a pair of mini parallettes, almost all the press up based movements can be done with those. Well done. 2 rounds down, just one more round of those 5 exercises to go. A couple of stretches and that'll be day 1 complete. All right, don't go anywhere. We've just got a couple of short stretches to do. I'm going to start off with a hamstring stretch. I'm going to roll my mat up because it gives me a little extra knee cushion. If you come into a half kneeling position, if you put your left leg out front, and then I'm going to unlock that left knee slightly, scoot the hips back, leaning the chest forwards over the quad. So this front leg is almost straight, but I have unlocked it slightly at the knee. That's going to ensure that we're not just stretching the hamstring that crosses the knee joint, but we're also stretching these hamstrings that cross the hip joint, which will be important for a lot of the calisthenics movements. Scooting the hips back, leaning forwards, but not slouching forwards like this. I'm trying to keep some length to my back. You might be able to lean forward further than me, but we're trying to keep length to the spine, hinging at the hip rather than folding. Hands can rest on the thigh or wherever you like. Okay, let's take it over to the other side. So just switch knees round. Right foot out front, unlock the knee, and then scoot the hips back as you fold forward slightly. You'll feel the hamstring stretch, and with that unlocked knee position, you'll feel the stretch slightly higher up in the hamstring than you would if you'd locked the knee out. I find this to be a lot better way to do my hamstring stretches. Okay, just one last stretch. So we're going to be kneeling down. I'm going to put the knees fairly wide, toes pointing together. I'm going to sit the hips back and crawl the fingertips away, opening out the chest and the lats, letting your glutes sink down towards your heels, letting the armpits sink down to the floor while still crawling and reaching forwards. And that's day one complete. Well done for finishing. Let me know in the comments below, how did you find it and where in the world are you following along from? I truly do love to hear that. And if you want to join me for the rest of this series, day 2 to 16 are available exclusively on my TPT Studio members area, which I've linked in the description of this video. That members area has got loads of exclusive follow-alongs not available on YouTube, as well as workout plans, nutrition support, and a great community. So hopefully I'll see you there for the rest of the series.